Casey Ho. Namaste, Mirnam, Professor Hay, Apsi Milker Hushiway.
You started off with the proper speed.
It was all proper.
And then you just...
My Hindi's amazing!
Wow. Maybe it is. I don't know.
Hindurific.
I don't speak
It's
Hindi.
fantastic.
But I have been told that I have gotten some pronunciations correct as far as different films that we watch and different actors and actresses. Now, I don't get them all correct. Sometimes I mispronounce a name.
I got their greatest hits on the website right now.
What does that have to do with anything? That has nothing
So we're here to do
with
a
India.
movie review about
Ugly.
Porkistan is a failed state.
No, we're doing it about the movie Ugly.
Oh.
Ugly the movie.
Yes.
Not
yes,
Ugly
yes.
Terrorism.
Yes.
That's a different subject.
This movie was recommended to us
Yes.
a lot.
By many people, yes.
And because we like Kahani and some other of the thrillers that they gave us this
Right.
film.
And thankfully, it's on Netflix.
Yes.
I have to say this right now because our Indian friend, her name is Shanti. She has been requesting for us to watch Om Shanti Om, and they do not have it on Netflix. And so we have looked, and that's why we haven't been able to review it. And so, but we keep looking. If it ever appears on Netflix, then we will do a movie review. But thankfully, Ugly was on Netflix, so we were able to watch it.
What did you think of Ugly?
I thought it was one of the saddest movies I've ever seen. First off, it starts by telling us that this film is based on true events. Okay, now, that's different than saying this is a true story, because if something's based on true events, they can make it an amalgamation of many different people, and so while the story may not be specifically about this one girl, still, it is based on true events if they're telling us the truth, and I have no reason not to think so. And for that reason, so sad, because this little 10-year-old girl, seemingly nobody cared about her. Everybody had ulterior motives for, the search, and mostly it centered around money, people wanting to get money, except for the cop, played by Ronit. Oh, there's my phone. Played by Ronit Roy.
Sounds
and
different.
Where have we seen him? Do you remember?
My House.
No.
Kicking It.
No. Do you remember what other movie we saw him in recently? Where he also played, he played a corrupt politician.
Oh, it was Kabil.
Kabil, right. And so he was in this film playing a very good part, by the way. I mean, I thought his acting was superb. But it seemed like he was the only one who was really interested in finding the girl.
The little cop was the little
cop.
Oh,
yes. He was also in
Kabil. And I think he was in...
Boy, he was slap happy in this movie, wasn't he? He's slapping everybody.
He was...
yeah, we've seen him in a few things.
Keep talking. Drishyam. He was in Drishyam, too, I think.
Was he in Drishyam?
Maybe not. I don't know. I just pulled it out.
Okay, but he was in Kabil for sure. So anyhow, the Ronit Roy's character, Bose was his last name, he seemed to be the only one who was really interested in finding Kali, but it seemed that his motive even was askew. Now, maybe we're interpreting it wrong, but it seemed that his motive was because he wanted the glory of being the one to find her. It almost seemed like when other people were trying to find her, that irritated him because he wanted to be the one to get the glory. And then there was the little backstory where his wife, of course, used to be married to Rahul, the father of Kali, and we found out that Shalini, Kali's mother, and Rahul were kind of college sweethearts, and they used to bully the police captain.
Yeah.
So,
remember he asked her out with a big card?
Yes,
he held it up
and they
beat
made
the crap
fun
out
of him and beat him up.
They were kids. That's what he said when he's getting beat. We were kids.
Right. Okay, you were in college. And so, so Shalini marries Rahul. He turns out to be a real loser, and so she ends up, cheating on him with his friend, which is despicable. And then, they get divorced, and so she's got custody of Kali. And then, who comes to help her when she gets in? It looks like a physical fight with her husband Rahul, but Mr. Bose. And he's a police captain, and so he rescues her and then marries her, but then doesn't want to really treat her as his wife. He's basically
payback.
right. It's payback. So
It's
he's
payback,
basically
yo.
punishing her and never paying attention
It
to her.
reminded me how we met.
So I'm Bose in this situation. I'm the strong guy,
Okay.
and I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna imprison you. Yeah. So he basically then takes her to be his wife, and pretty much has nothing to do with her. He tapes all of her conversations.
Yes.
And so she's a drunk, and she's suicidal, and she doesn't pay any attention to the daughter. And it looks as though the daughter has been maybe spoiled monetarily, because she had a new iPhone. She had a new iPhone.
I don't have a new iPhone.
No. And so, so in any case, this poor girl, she's just looking for attention. She's 10 years old, and mom is drunk, and she's just laying there in bed watching TV all the time. She wants to go with her dad. And then dad picks her up, and he's like, oh, okay, well, I just have to make a 5-minute stop. And she knows it's not a 5-minute stop because she knows the drill with this guy. He's going to be up there for hours. And he bribes her with, well, didn't I tell you I'd take you to the IMAX and we'll go watch a movie? And so he's up there for probably hours, you know, and his buddy comes up and he's like, oh, hey, the car door was open, your daughter's gone. And so Rahul, the father, he genuinely does seem upset that his daughter's gone. But in the end, he, his friend, the whore that he's hooking up with, who's married to somebody else, the B-rate actress,
Yes.
who is, you know, married to somebody else, they're all just looking for money. And then it turns out Shalini, the mom, she goes and gets money from her dad, and, you know, she was told, you know, bring 5 million rupees, and then she tells the dad, oh, I need 6.5 million rupees. They just want money. And meanwhile, they knew at the beginning that it was the guy from the toy stall.
Mm-hmm.
They knew it was that guy because he had her phone.
Mm-hmm.
And yet when they chased after him, he goes and kills him. Well, he doesn't kill himself, but he gets killed by a bus, you know, runs him right over. And then the police go and interview his creepy aunt. Was she creepy or what? And she knows all along. She knows all along. And for a week, just kind of hides out in plain sight, holding on to this information that she knows the little girl is there, and she's dead. I mean, how despicable. Was that just despicable all the way around?
I think that the movie was really good.
Were they not all despicable characters?
Yes. I think the movie was really good. I thought the acting was superb.
Yes.
And I have a concern.
What's your concern?
My concern that I see this over and over and over again in the Indian films is the behavior of the police officers.
He was like slapping the dude, like,
Well,
but then Bose.
No,
I mean,
I'm not talking about
Bose.
Bose. I'm
Ooh.
talking about when they go to report the missing girl.
Oh, and he just makes
he's
fun like it's not
He's just
real.
like, you know, just like, I got all these other weird curiosity things that I'm going to ask
right.
you since
Or
you're
he
an
doesn't
actor.
understand, how did your picture appear on
Yeah,
her phone?
well, like,
he
that
doesn't
doesn't make sense.
understand.
Yeah, right.
Right. And he's more focused on that and doesn't even believe the guy that he's an actor because he's never seen him in anything.
And it's something as co-protector that really bothers me.
Right, he was like totally nonchalant, like, hey, this little girl is missing, who cares?
We have a lot of friends in India, a lot of people that are really nice, and I worry about them coming across police officers who are less than honorable. They're very quick to slap people around, they're very quick to beat a confession out.
Or just totally dismiss.
Or not care.
They were totally dismissive of this man's claim that his daughter has been kidnapped. He just totally dismissed it, like, no, I don't believe it.
I'm going to do something. I think I'm going to write Modi a letter and ask him, because he's a reformer.
But keep this in mind, and our Indian friends have told us this, and this is similar to how it is in America. Modi is the head of the federal government. The police stations are run by the particular states and localities, just like they are
Yeah, but
here.
maybe he can appoint a special counsel or something, you know, like he can get like the Indian version of Kenneth Starr to investigate this, because it's concerning to me, because I think people in general have a right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And I don't like how now maybe this is exaggerated from the films, and it's not, but exaggerations are based on something.
And we are seeing this in a lot of Indian films.
And it's just over and over and over, and you know, in America they got Black Lives Matter. It's like Brown Lives Matter in India. It's like it's like, where's the outcry about this? I don't like how the police are treating their citizens.
I agree with that. It makes me angry.
It makes me very angry.
Yeah.
It makes me sad.
Yeah.
It just, I would expect that kind of stuff if I went to a communistic nation.
Or if you went to a place like, let's say, Turkey, where the whole idea of the Turkish prison is notorious. Everybody
Yes, it's
knows.
based
You
on
hear
something.
right. You hear Turkish prison or Iran. You know what you hear about their prisons.
Yeah, and I'm not equating this because you never
No,
hear about,
no.
like people go to India and they're, they're,
Exactly. No,
I don't
it's
think as a
not
tourist
the
you'd have
same
a problem,
Nope.
but
Oh no, absolutely, I agree.
but it's concerning because we have these online friends that we get to know and you talk with and chat and you don't.
And you don't want to see any harm come to them.
If Sai is riding his scooter and the light's out and his tail light, I don't want to see him get
Right.
smacked around and
Right, I agree.
or if somebody if something happened to our nephew and he's disappeared and you got to
Right.
go report it to the police, I don't want to see
Right.
Rashi have to go through all this
Right.
stupid
Yeah.
hey, you're wasting valuable
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Because in America they talk about, we have all these shows, these crime shows in America, and they talk about in children disappearance, the first 48 hours is crucial.
Oh, absolutely.
Because if you don't have a
Right.
good, solid handle on this in 48 hours,
Yeah.
the child's dead.
Yeah.
And here you got this guy, let me your phone. What do you
Yeah.
mean there's a picture on your phone? That's
Right.
impossible. You're making this up. Well, you don't even know. Oh, so did Big B, did he change his name? And it's like,
Oh, right. He was
dude,
bringing
right.
that up, and right. Oh, I know Big B, and he knows all these other actors because they're famous. But yeah, if they had just gone and talked to, remember initially they did talk to the creepy aunt, but they didn't grill her.
No.
And if they had grilled her
Yes.
and really held something over her head, like, hey, we know about your past, you and
Mm-hmm.
your creepy nephew. If they had done at the beginning what that female cop did with her at the end, they would have found the girl when she was still alive.
And it's a tragedy. It
Yep.
really is a tragedy.
Yep.
And I just it bothers me because you see this over and over
Yeah,
and
I agree.
over.
I agree.
It's like it's a constant in their film industry.
So, what would you give the movie for a final grade?
Oh, I would give it an A.
I agree.
This is an outstanding film.
Yeah, it was great.
It's a killjoy,
Yeah,
and I
very
think this is
sad.
a film that you could go show any American and say watch this film and they'd be like, that was a really good
Yeah,
film.
yeah.
It just had that Western style of storytelling and how they portrayed it.
It's not identical to the movie that I'm going to mention, but in
Prisoners?
terms,
Are you gonna say
yes,
Prisoners?
in terms of the angst that you feel
Yes.
when they're searching for the missing kids in Prisoners, it's like the American film Prisoners in that regard.
Yeah, and so I would give it an A, but it's with a heavy heart. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
What would you give it?
An A, absolutely, very good film. Yeah,
Very good. So I guess it's going to be dinner time now.
yes,
We're
it
going
is.
to have a double bacon pizza.
Triple bacon pizza.
Triple bacon pizza.
Right.
And this is the most popular pizza in Porkistan. Did you know that?
Yeah, I don't think so. Somehow, I don't think so.
Just real quick, the Americans. being
The
free.
the wife is American, the husband is
Yeah, right.
Canadian.
Don't you
Right.
think they were terrorists? Like, who goes backpacking in Afghanistan when you're 7
Yeah,
months pregnant?
okay.
Who does? You know who does that? Terrorists do that.
And-
the terrorist wife does that. Would you go do that?
And-
Would you go do that?
No, I wouldn't go
I
to
guarantee you,
Afghanistan,
Rashi
period.
would not go hiking in Pakistan 7 months pregnant. I guarantee you she
Yeah,
wouldn't.
I wouldn't go to Afghanistan ever, pregnant or not.
It was part of the Indian Empire.
The
Hindustan.
The Canadian husband was once married to
the White Widow? To the
sister.
White Widow?
Oh no, to the sister of one of the Arab terrorists. So he already had a history of being married to a terrorist, and now his American wife, yes, let's go backpacking in Afghanistan while
I
I'm
don't-
7
whatever.
months pregnant.
Whatever.
Right. So, yeah, they've been held in captivity by the Haqqani network. And lo and behold, after we've been putting pressure on Pakistan and after India
Yeah,
has been
after India goes over
taking care of the terrorists,
Arnab said,
lo and behold,
"We've gone in your
yes,
country.
the Pakistani government says,
We killed your terrorists.
we have talked to the Haqqani network and we're going
We've
to
killed
free
your
this
soldiers."
American family. And so,
And we
yes,
left.
they've been freed. So the
The
husband,
cherry
the
on the
wife,
cake
and the 3 kids.
is half.
And all 3 kids.
Half of your population is unemployed.
All 3 kids
That's
were
what
born
honor.
in captivity. And so, yeah, I think
Disgusting
it's
what
kind
they're
of crazy. And then the husband, because of his past, being married to the terrorist woman, he didn't want to come back to America because he's afraid the American government's going to throw him in Gitmo. So, and the American government said, no, we're not going to do that.
Gitmo would be better than it being in Pakistan, wouldn't it? You're getting Fruit Loops.
One would think.
You're getting to play soccer. You're getting to hang out with your homies.
Unless.
Maybe you got shop class. Maybe they send you to like bomb making class.
Unless. Maybe they weren't really mistreated by the terrorists over there.
Right, yes,
maybe that's
right.
why
maybe
he didn't really want to go.
Maybe Pakistan's like, oh,
yeah.
crap.
So the Canadian husband said, I don't want to go back to America, but I'll be happy to go back to Canada, where they actually paid $10 million to a former Gitmo detainee who killed an American military member.
First of all, if I was captured in Pakistan, Pakistan would not be standing. I would be the Trojan horse.
Okay.
I would let myself get captured, and then I'd just start whooping the porkies, dude. I would hulk up, and just start whooping them. Bam, because you know, like one American could take out 200 Pakis in a moment.
There have been some Pakistani people who have shown up on the channel wondering, why it is that we are so ardent in our beliefs about Pakistan.
Get out of Kashmir.
I would also ask them, please do some research about Asia Bibi. She is a female who has been imprisoned in Pakistan for years.
Free her.
Simply because.
Free
do you know
her.
why?
Oh, I know.
Why?
You go ahead.
Because she's a born-again Christian.
Yes.
And because she's a born-again Christian, they have sentenced her to death.
Yes.
They trumped up some charges and said she was desecrating the Quran, which of course she did no such thing. And so she's been separated from her family in a Pakistani jail for years. So that is part of the problem in Pakistan. There is no life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Nope. You can't even just say, listen, she's not out there.
Paradise.
She's not out there saying anything against Islam.
She's just living her life.
She's just living her life as a Christian, and that's not even allowed. And so she's in prison. So that's part of the reason that we feel the way that we do about Pakistan, because the government is corrupt. It's run by radicals, and you see what they do even to their own women and children over there. It's despicable. It's very sad.
I agree. So on that note,
please subscribe to our
yes.
channel. If you
after we bummed everybody out,
if you
after
enjoy
everybody's
hearing
all
us
bummed
talk
out.
about things like this, if you enjoy hearing us, our political views and how we review movies, then please subscribe to our channel.
Now we're gonna eat some dinner and we're gonna finish our movie. What are we watching?
We are watching Bhagban with
Big B.
Big B, and a special appearance by. This is the first time I've ever seen him in a movie.
Salman Khan.
And also, her name escapes me, but she's the girl from Sholay.
Oh, yes,
Yes, she's
Sholay.
married to Big B. So, and wow, okay, I know this movie was from 2003, where she was 55 years old at the time. She looks amazing. Amazing. Yeah, so she's aged very well. Yeah.
Very well.
So we're going to watch Bhagban.
Whew, it could be the longest movie review ever.
I don't think so. We've gone longer. Yep.
All right. Peace and much love. We'll catch you guys after the movie.